Tuesday, March 17th, 2020. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone.
What time is it? Is it 9 o'clock at night already?
It's not 10:30 in the morning, that's for sure.
Close enough.
This podcast is timeless, boys and girls.
I don't know why I didn't get the notification, but got it now.
All right.
So, how's everybody doing out there? How's our audience? Are you hanging in there, hanging tough with your family with all the craziness going on in the world? Sitting in line for toilet paper that doesn't exist, trying not to touch things, trying to sanitize yourself, wash your hands so many times, you're literally scrubbing the skin off. It's the one thing I can't do it anymore. I'm just tired of washing my hands.
Oh, wonderful. Welcome to my home.
Welcome
to my home.
So you're saying you're going to stop?
No, as in I'd rather stay home so I don't have to wash my hands.
Danielle's touching her face. You're not washing your hands.
Oh, I'm washing my hands all the fucking time.
I can't help
Tony
it.
doesn't care about toilet paper. Something's got to give.
Big news for Tony later, too.
Oh, God.
You bought him a hose.
A hose?
Yeah.
Or?
Are you talking about Tom Brady?
Yes.
Oh, he's
he
on suicide watch.
He already called
I called him on the way here.
He's on suicide watch. He said this is the worst day of his life.
He posted 2 things on Facebook 3 minutes apart from each other.
It follows the orders or it gets the hose.
Well, the funny thing is that I find it funny is that he loves to drink and all the bars are closed. He loves to gamble and the casinos are closed. He loves sports and they're closed. That's what they call that on sports, right?
Canceled.
And he loves Tom Brady.
But you're describing, to be fair, you're describing every single person out there except for people who hate people. Everything is closed.
Not every person.
Unless you hate people.
In sports.
Lots of times.
And you could do without casinos.
This is a shitty time. But if you hate people, this is a great time to be alive.
Yes, it is.
People avoiding you, people staying away from you, never talk to anybody. It's amazing.
Like if you were a recluse, perhaps.
Yeah, a hermit.
So are people at home singing the blues, or are they at home singing My Corona?
Wow.
No? If I got it, I'm going to sing that.
Is that what you're going to do?
Just so everybody knows. Maybe not on St. Patrick's Day.
George, when did you stop listening to the podcast? It was about that time we got the Corona joke. That's what it was.
There will be more.
See, I told you I had more than one impression.
Yeah, I didn't know if that was kind of freaking me out. I thought something was wrong with your voice at first.
I'm going to pull that out again later. The joke, that is.
Yeah, for the audio listeners.
It is St. Patty's Day, and so therefore we are starting immediately with a shot.
But first, let's go around the
God
table.
damn it. No. First shot. Let's
Who do
go.
we have here?
Fuck that.
Wow.
There's nothing to talk about.
God,
No one cares.
Well, happy St. Patty's Day.
Happy St. Patty's Day.
Yeah, happy St. Pat's.
People are wanting to toast with us.
There's no form to
All
any of this
morning.
pageantry. No structure.
Ooh. Oh, yeah.
That's wonderful.
That's the stuff.
That's the way to start out the morning.
To my immediate left, the gentleman without whom the beef would not be corned, Nick Bader.
Top of the morning to you.
I'm sorry, I don't speak Japanese.
Well, unlike Cory and you, Danielle and I are Irish.
Yes.
Why aren't you guys sitting together then?
Because
commiserating.
she's not my waitress or
Talking
my
about-
girlfriend.
Talking about potatoes and
Not your Irish
starvation.
lover.
And the Pete. Oh, the Pete.
I assume that means Danielle's got a fantastic Irish accent she's going to bust out.
Oh, I definitely not. Sorry.
And to my immediate left,
Let's do that from now on. Let's just introduce in a roundabout
Yeah.
fashion. It's a great idea.
the person who eats no people but is still purple.
Oh, hey.
Totally worth it.
It was as good as that horse thing.
Sorry, I
I
had to go back and I'm
cried.
like, hey, this is going to be another like 3 minutes.
Cory's like, I told you how much I hate that you laugh at his jokes.
I know, but
It's gonna ruin the rest of the podcast.
Every time without fail.
I'm not sure if you know this, but on Saturday he gave an eloquent speech lamenting your lack of presence at the podcast and how much you meant to be the glue that kind of holds us all together. And now I know why.
Sorry, trying not to laugh because it's not appropriate.
Because you feed his massive ego whenever you're here.
He always just gets some like stupid joke though. Like the last time it was like the horse thing or whatever it was, and I was crying. Yeah, I was
He
crying.
scares easy.
That's what it
You can't be
was.
that stupid if you laugh that hard. You gotta give him a little bit of credit. Just a tiny.
They're dead. They're dead jokes.
No, they're funny.
All right, moving right along with the introductions.
Oh, man.
Sorry, we didn't get the customary acknowledgement from Mr. Slesky.
No, you did.
Did we get a?
Oh, hey.
There it is. There's what we're looking for.
Moving right along.
To my left, Miss Giggles. Who finds everything Nick says insanely funny for some reason. Miss Danielle Finn.
Hello.
A lot of tension in the Finn household for my jokes. That's for sure.
I don't like that one though.
What? You're still laughing. What do you know about?
No, not the Finn one.
Oh, you brought her down.
It is your home.
It is my home.
I didn't say the Mr. and Mrs. Finn.
That's true. You're not to my left. You're immediately across from me.
If we were sitting in a circle,
If we were sitting in a circle.
turn to the side.
He's not to Nick's left either, but we're going in like clockwise.
Yes, he is.
I'm actually directly to Nick's left.
Alright.
I couldn't be any more on
Go
this
ahead and improv, Danielle.
I'm so bad at this part.
No, you're doing great.
Yeah. Great. I'm trying to think of what to say.
Well, Kristen
Names are
says, Danielle, hey, girly girl.
Hey, Kristen.
Hey, girl, hey. Actually, and a hand, so I don't know if she's smacking you or saying hi.
Elbow.
Right. Yeah.
And no hands.
Should appreciate an elbow.
But anywho, immediately across from me, since he's not to my left, Mr. Bob Rankin.
Oh, my.
Thank you very much.
All right. Mr. Harmon Carden.
Well, that took a while to get through.
Sorry. Nick interrupted me.
No. Don't even apologize. Laughs like that can't be underestimated.
Bob Harmon Carden. What is it called? Harmon Carden?
There you go.
It sounds like a radio name. Bob Harmon Carden.
No, you dropped the Bob.
Yeah.
On me.
Senior card.
Oh my god, I was
Gee.
full of this morning.
Baby.
Apparently, so we got a lot of sleep last
Glad we
night.
started off with that
Yes,
shot.
so
Oh, I'll be needing a nap.
We scheduled nap time in for today.
Okay, we did not schedule it like together.
I was gonna say
We were sleeping at separate locations.
when you guys curling up together.
Actually, no, we did because I specifically said I can bring my CPAP machine.
Bob,
I can bring my
I did.
Bob, I'm a big spoon.
Yeah.
Hey,
So we were talking
hang on, Nick. Let me
yesterday,
just strap my seatbelt on real quick, and we'll snuggle.
and I'm like, I got to figure out how to game this whole day because I don't want to drive, and I really don't want to get in an Uber in a filthy coronavirus-ridden Uber, a stranger's car. So how can I pull this off? I mean, I could drive there in the morning, but then if I do that, I'm not driving back home. And if everybody's taking a break for a nap, I think I might have to crash on your couch.
Yeah. I'm like, why? CPAP, he falls asleep at the bar. I'm like, why do you need a...
No, it's not.
He's
It's not for me.
He's like, well, if...
CPAP's for Nick?
He's like,
It's for anyone else
He's
in
like-
the vicinity.
He's like, well, you know, yeah, I know you can sleep through a thunderstorm or a tornado. He's like, but if Cory and Joe are sleeping, I'm like, yeah, Cory and Joe can sleep. Joe's going to be raiding my fridge and Cory's going to leave with Danielle. That's what's going to happen.
Speaking of which, rating fridges, what did you wake up to on your pillow the other morning, Bob?
Oh, it wasn't on my pillow. Yeah, on the way out on Saturday night, as we're rounding the top of the stairs, completely ignoring the back door that we probably should have locked.
Why don't you tell it how you remember it and not how I told you it happened?
No, that's how I remember it.
Oh, you did remember doing it?
Well, I remember walking past it. I regret not locking it, but yeah, I'm really hungry. I wonder what there is to eat. And I remember nothing. But I remember waking up in the morning in my bed, and like, it was I had a date. I had a date the next day. And, I was supposed to go hiking, and so I got about 3.5 hours of sleep. My alarm went off, and I'm like, oh Christ, this might have been a bad idea, but gotta be done. So 2 feet hit the floor. I'm like, Andy, let's go.
Bread timer.
Oh, that's what that is.
I'm sorry, Bob. We're all out of time. We'll come back to that story a little bit later. Danielle with the news.
So I'm like, let's go. I'm like, all right. So I look around. I grab my phone off the bedside table, and I look, and I'm like, there's a 2-pack of Pop-Tarts sitting next to me in the bed that somehow I decided I needed to have. Didn't eat all the way home. Got home, didn't eat it then either, but decided that it needed to come to bed with me. And so I'm sure I rolled around on it a few times.
Did you ever eat these Pop-Tarts? Or?
The next day, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
They were like 47 pieces in the bag.
Where'd they come from?
Oh, I took them right off your counter.
So yesterday, Nick was sitting by himself and cracking up, and he was looking at something on his phone. He's like, "You got to see this."
Yeah, he wouldn't have known to look at it if I hadn't told him, like, hey, sorry, man, I think I stole some of your Pop-Tarts.
So
The night before, I told him the story about me waking up in the morning with the Pop-Tarts in my bed.
So on the video, it was you and Joe coming into the kitchen. Joe splits off, goes to the bathroom.
Yep.
You immediately just go to the fridge as if it's your own.
Mm-hmm.
Open it up.
Oh, that's what you got to do. This is my place, my fridge. What's in there for me to eat?
So you start looking through the fridge, and then it was like a unicorn was caught out of the corner of your eye. And you peered around the fridge door, completely disregarded shutting the fridge. Go right over to the counter and open up the little thing of Pop-Tarts and pocket yourself a package of Pop-Tarts.
Where you go, Joe?
And the part that I found that was very funny out of all of it was before we started, and I had mentioned about jokingly taking some of the cafe steamers that Nick has in his deep freezer. Like, oh,
Hold on. Cafe steamers?
yeah, the
That's
little.
a horrible name.
That's what they call them.
Are they from Cleveland?
No, that's
all I
their.
can think about.
Cleveland steamers.
That's all I can think about.
So you're like, oh, why would you?
Sorry, Daniel.
Why would you
Okay.
take some of Nick's food? I'm joking. I had some at home myself. And then what do you do at the end of the night?
Let's see, you put that earworm into my brain.
You end up taking Nick's
In
food.
my drunken fog, all I could think of was taking Nick's food.
Chastise me for jokingly taking Nick's food, and then you actually do it.
You know.
I guess someone has to, right?
Oh, I didn't feel bad in the least. Because we'd already planned. Like,
I don't doubt that.
I'm making shepherd's pie. He's making corned beef. Like, I'm contributing my thing. Like, you can spare a 2-pack of Pop-Tarts for a good podcast story.
They are
I
in
think it's only fair.
high demand currently, and they're really not on the shelves.
Are they really?
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot of anything on the shelves. I went.
Even the cereal is like gone.
What? In Dearborn, the Kroger in Michigan, they had a shit ton of cereal.
Oh, they didn't in Roseville
So
yesterday.
I went shopping yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and because I hadn't been shopping for over a week, and things had gotten bad enough where I'm like, okay, well, the kids are going to come back to the house this weekend. For all I know, if I wait until the weekend, everything could be gone.
Right.
No food at all. Just Thunderdome. So I rolled in there and, I pulled into the parking lot of Kroger, and the first thing I see are 3 different people in 3 different rows in the parking lot wearing masks, N95 masks. Not like World War I gas masks, but still striking enough where you're like, oh, shit's real now. So I walked in, and as soon as I grabbed the cart, I'm like, oh Christ. I could just feel, I can feel the germs like crawling over my hands. And I just want to get out of there, but I know I'm like, I gotta get. So I start going through the store, and I hit the fruits and vegetables aisle. Surprisingly, a decent amount left. But as soon as you're on the corner, like all of the chicken, completely gone.
Yeah.
Steaks, mostly gone. But I'm like, I'm taking all of the New York strips, every one of them. All of the ground beef, I'm taking all of that. And so now, as I move on, they're out of steaks and out of ground beef. And everywhere you go, you're like, it was just really interesting to me. Interesting and terrifying as to what was missing and what was still there.
Right.
Like, in order to make the shepherd's pie for today, I had a list of ingredients I needed to get. One of which was potatoes. And they only had like 5 potatoes left. And I just fucking scooped them up, threw them in a bag, and I'm like, I got all of the potatoes. There's no more potatoes after I walk through the aisle. And I'm like, oh, thank God I got all the potatoes. And then I needed tomato paste. So I'm walking through the aisle.
Ooh.
And I'm like, I literally had to search for tomato paste. I'm like, how are people buying all of the tomato paste?
Anything that's canned or a box.
But it's not like buying a can of beans. Like they tell you,
I know,
if
but
you
it
want
doesn't
protein
matter.
while you're like 14 days and
Let's
you've
hope
got
it's weekend.
a family to feed, buy cans of beans. Cans of beans are great to have. Who the fuck is buying cans of tomato paste?
I don't know.
Everyone.
Everyone.
Who? Right, but why?
But that's just like I wanted to make tacos and trying to find taco shells and Mexican cheese. I went to 2 different Krogers. Yes, for taco shells.
Crazy. So absolutely not. I took a picture of the aisle because I'm like, well, I'm never going to see this again. Maybe of the entire,
Right.
paper towel, bathroom tissue, all gone. Like people had literally hung things up or put other things on the shelves that they decided that they didn't need in place of those. So like every once in a while there's like here's a roll of Scotch tape. And
Right.
here's a thing of tinfoil. But there's no paper towel, no Kleenex, no hand sanitizer, no sanitizing wipes, nothing left in Kroger. All the frozen vegetables, gone. Except the okra and all the shit that no one wants to eat.
Yeah, okra, peas,
Nobody
all the
wants
gross
it.
vegetables are
so
left.
thank God I got some peas for the shepherd's pie.
Right.
But other than that, I would have been fucked. So I tried my best, and so you just kind of get in this and people are. I was telling Nick, it's not really crowded in the Kroger, but everyone is panicking. People are like not running, but it's like a very a old school 80s Billy Crystal speed walk with the cart go down every aisle. Like I have to get where I'm going as quickly as I can get there, but I can't look like I'm rushing.
See, I was doing like a Phil Collins "I Can't Dance" walk, where
It's too slow.
That was too slow.
I get where you're going, but
Yeah.
yeah, these people were much more in a panic. Like, get out of my way.
Like no speed that Cory could ever meet.
Well, thank you. So
We don't know that's true.
Just to share real quick with you guys
Yeah.
on Podbean, we've had a bunch of listeners enter the room. We have one listener from Iran
Hello?
and a listener from Dublin.
Well,
Oh, Slancha.
salute. But no,
Come on, dude.
that would be insulting to them.
I was going to say someone that actually
they feel a little home.
No, because I remember my grandma once, who's from Brisbane, told me she's like, oh, you should do, your accent, of your Australian accent, that you always do to really mimic one of her friends growing up, and put his wife on the phone, and she's like, no, she's like, it doesn't really sound like us. It's a little too American-y. I'm like, my grandma's like, it sounds exactly like Australia, and she's like, no, I can understand. I can hear it.
I'm sure they can hear it, and maybe they're like, well, okay, you're close.
Yeah.
But to me and to her, probably like, oh, you're spot on.
No, probably not. But I did, like I was saying to you earlier. I'm not your dancing bear.
Wow.
Like,
Okay. Why are you shitting at
But
me?
like,
just
I was-
for
no,
trying to
not
be a
at you.
compliment?
I appreciate it, but
Do you?
in Dublin, they're like, look at this jackass. It doesn't sound like us at all. But
Well, let's ask in the room, he or she, would they be offended if one of us did a
one of us, sure.
one of us
It won't be me.
can potentially do a Dublin accent.
No, not a Dublin.
Would they be offended?
Barely an Irish accent.
Would they be offended?
Barely.
Well, I'm going to say Ruoke 4711 is the
Okay.
listener that's from
Okay.
Dublin.
Okay. So
So-
I'll put it to you,
But
Sir, if you can post that,
sir, madam.
I can see his profile.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, if our buddy Nick here does an Irish accent for
Oh,
you.
it wasn't your buddy Nick. It was one of us.
I didn't say
No,
one
it's
of
a
us.
legitimate
Bob-
question. It's a legitimate
Bob
question.
said one
Would
of
he
us.
would he find it offensive Is he like, I hear Yanks trying to do the accent all the time. I'm sick of it.
Is that what people call us?
Yanks? Absolutely.
Where have you
I know.
been?
Where have you been?
Yanks?
Yes.
All my relatives in Australia just call us Americans.
So you
To
live in
your face.
America.
Yanks. Yanks is more of a north versus south kind of thing. I think more Americans would say that.
No, that's a big English thing.
But yeah, I was looking on Facebook today, and there was the live city cameras of Dublin, and there were like 6 people walking the streets, and they said, "Cory, what is that noise?"
That's Bob's phone.
Jesus Christ!
I turned the ringer off. What do you want from me?
It was just vibrating on the
Turn
table.
off the fucking vibrate, Bob.
Oh, there it
Okay,
is.
so I guess
that's Scottish.
Now let's find out now.
That's Scottish, which
Not to
would
me.
be very offensive, as we've learned.
So yesterday at work, there's a guy that works day shift that was born in Belfast,
Mhm.
and I was very aware of his heritage. So he was getting ready to leave, and he wished us all a happy St. Patty's Day. And I said, "Oh, that's right. You should be celebrating tomorrow, Hill, because you're Scottish, right?" And he did not like that comment too much. He gave me he just looks at me and goes, "Fuck you." I was like, "Oh, sorry."
Like a true Irishman.
And Nick was kind of out of the loop, and finally Hillock was like, "Yeah, I was born in Belfast."
Yeah.
So we kind of discussed, his accent and why he doesn't have one. But he came over when he was pretty young. But that listener says you can try it all day long.
There you go. Green light, sir.
Sounded a little cocky to me.
I'm
Did
just
you say bukkake?
Yep.
That's really offensive. I'm not sure. That's worse than any accent you could do.
I'm just telling you what the listener said.
And you know what I'm telling you? Not your dancing bear.
I worked for EMC for a lot of years, and EMC always had a testing and development facility in Cork. And folks from Cork would hire into EMC and then do like a year or potentially a 2-year stint in Boston, in Massachusetts, as kind of an internship for EMC. So we always had in the world headquarters and in the testing centers, we always had a lot of people from Cork who had various degrees of accents, some of which were, I loved every one of them. I was in love with that sort of a sing-songy, like it's a very lilting, poetic accent, but some of them were really just indecipherable. Like they did a sentence, and I'm like, I have no idea what you just said. It sounded amazing. I couldn't even repeat it. Couldn't translate it.
And that's what Hillock said too. He said, he's like, when I'm speaking normally, you can't. I have no accent. He's like, but once I get some Jameson Guinness in me,
Yeah.
he's like, you will not understand a
Lapses back to maybe
single
like
word
the,
I'm saying.
The slang he uses with his buddies
Yeah.
or
I have,
non-professional speak.
I have a lot of friends like that are from, like, originally their families are from the South and stuff like that, and they start drinking, and there's a lot of y'alls that come out. You can,
Yeah. I'll bet.
Yep. You can hear that stuff come through,
That's even Dave from Dave and Chuck the Freak. He was born in Ireland, and no accent on the air. As anyone that listens to him, you can tell.
Right.
And he says once he gets a little inebriated, his accent will start coming back out.
I look out of my eye. I'm like, that's what we're doing, I guess. Kind of slow.
Okay.
Sorry, I thought I heard a B in the inebriated.
There was.
Yeah, maybe time for another shot.
Jesus.
But anyway, no, I'm just kidding.
That's funny.
Actually, I'm not. We're 25 minutes in. We're actually overdue.
This is true.
But we never do one at the beginning either.
Well, look, it's St. Patty's Day.
It's St.
goddammit.
Patty's Day, and it's a
We
special
also don't start
episode.
at 10:30 a.m. So
Okay.
We're also stuck inside.
yeah,
Oh,
more reason to.
well,
Get
if
fucked
you
up.
guys are staying, then yeah, absolutely. We only have
Talk
2
to-
bathrooms to throw up in,
We'll
but
talk Danielle into it by then.
there's always outside.
I'm not going crazy.
Is there a nice white carpet upstairs we can?
Yeah, I can roll it back out. It's got one stain on it already. If you can hit the stain, you get the special prize.
Oh,
Oh.
let's give it a shot.
This is what
Do you get 3 tries?
I should cut it out and hang it up and frame it. and just put.
He's got all these
Angie
huge
things.
animals hanging from the ceiling. Like, any one of these, pick any one. Any one.
Angie's pelt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My version of rubbing your nose in it.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Short beef.
All right. So we have a friend of the podcast, Alan Christensen, who's in the room. I think is he still in the room?
Yeah, I just switched back over to Facebook Live, and I see that he wanted to do a call in.
Yeah. So let's try to do that right now. But so let's give the Podbean. Are we on Facebook Live too?
Yeah, both.
Okay. So for those of us who are listening on Podbean Facebook Live, we're going to take a call and a guest now, and because we're morons, we have not yet figured out how to pipe the sound from a call-in guest out to speakers that you can hear.
But hopefully, with this call-in guest, he might be able to explain
Hopefully,
how we can change that.
that still doesn't change the fact that the call we're about to take is
Well, yes.
one that you will not hear. It'll be a very one-sided conversation. So if you need to go grab yourself a plate of corned beef and cabbage or, another libation, go do that. Maybe attend to your kids who are running around like maniacs and asking, Mommy, why are you drinking so much? Go ahead and do that and then come back.
That doesn't sound like just a St. Patty's Day issue.
Well, maybe.
Sounds like there might be something a little deeper there.
All right, so let's.
Daddy, why are you hitting Mom?
Sorry, what?
Huh? Nothing.
Why are you laying on the couch looking at your phone and those crazy people in green shirts? Yeah, for the listeners who don't know, we have a corned beef and cabbage up in the slow cooker right now as we speak. Fresh homemade bread that just got out of the bread maker. Bob made a homemade shepherd's pie. Cory brought a purple shirt and vodka.
And Fireball.
Oh, and Fireball, yeah. From his home country.
Of Poland.
What?
This is how do you say from my country. Cory, I'm pretty sure it's made in the U.S. here.
Here
Yeah,
you
I
go.
was
From
gonna
my,
say.
people, from my people.
This is how you say Fireball.
It is how you say
Oh.
Fireball.
All right.
I've made some frozen Fireball pierogies for later.
Do I need to just... I think my phone might be connected still.
No, mine's connected.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Just to let him know we're going to give him a call. Unless he's ready. Unless he's just sitting there waiting.
I would think so.
All right.
On the edge of his seat.
All right. Mr. Alan Christensen from the Great White North of Minnesota.
Oh my
Yeah,
God, Ian would love talking to him.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, really? You got someone from the soda?
You got some...
From the
Did you say
soda?
the soda?
Yes.
Is that what they say?
No. That's what
Good.
Ian says.
That sounds
That's
ridiculous.
what Ian says.
Well, let's ask Alan. All right, we're giving him a call right now.
Damn it, I'm not supposed to do people's accents that are actually from the place.
And Tony, thank you for joining in. Oh, Alan says he's ready.
He is ready. Ready to go.
Alan, good sir. How are you? You hear me all right? All right, sir. Well, welcome to the Schnozzcast. We're happy to have you. I've been telling these guys about you for what seems like months now. And we're...
Yeah.
That's the only reason why we have one is that you had one too.
And Alan, we have to thank you for that. I don't think Bob would have made the purchase if it wasn't for you. So thank you, sir.
That's probably true. Probably true. Yeah, okay. So slow your roll there, buddy.
So Alan, you're the one that talked Bob into buying the road? All right.
Is that your soda accent? All right, hold on, Alan.
Soda.
Alan, do you call it the soda? Yeah, like from Minnesota, you call it the soda? Okay, fair enough. I'm just going to call Nick a goddamn liar.
Have you ever ordered a small Coke and called it a mini soda?
Twice in one day. Well, you feel pretty good about yourself, aren't you now? She's... Alan, are you watching this?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh, okay. No worries. All right, we don't necessarily need to turn this into all about a tell us how we can be better podcasters call.
But we can.
It could be. But I do want to say happy birthday, my brother. I'm just kidding. Happy St.
What?
Patrick's Day.
What? Who are you pointing to? What is going? Happy birthday to who? Happy birthday
To Alan.
Oh my God! To Patrick. To St. Patrick.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, Alan.
Oh Jesus!
Are you celebrating all today? I assume that all the bars and restaurants are closed the same way they are here. Okay. What's the word on the street? What's the level of panic in Minnesota? Really? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Imagine Theaters wants me to know how they're handling COVID-19. MeUndies was kind enough to send me an email to let me know
Oh
They-
God!
how they're handling the coronavirus.
Yeah. So for everybody that doesn't know, while we were waiting for Cory's tomfuckery and fiddle fingers to get everything ready, Bob
Dr.
decided.
Jellyfingers.
Yeah, Bob decided it was absolutely paramount to buy some MeUndies on his computer during that time.
I had,
So,
I had some time to kill, and there was a sale.
oh man, you know what I could really use? Some underwear right now.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Hey, look, if Ninja Raccoon underwear are on sale, you don't step away from that shit. You lean into that. You're like, yes, I will take one.
Oh my God, dude. So, like I said, those aren't the ones with like the pouch, right? Like
No,
the extra.
again, you're thinking of a kangaroo,
No,
a
no,
marsupial animal.
no. They have the weird like guy's underwear that has the pouch that like separates the top from the bottom, like the bag from the head.
What?
Why do they say it's a ball pouch?
The Frank for the
It's for
beans?
The
Is that a
ball
bag?
pouch.
It's
Separates
for,
the
it puts
Frank
your
from the
balls
beans.
in a pouch.
No, I think
No,
the
it
head
does.
goes through the one part.
No.
Yeah.
Hold on. I feel like she's who I need to be talking to here and not you. She seems to know way more about this than you do.
She knows more about men's underwear than I do.
They have
That's the sound of it.
They
Yeah.
have a pair of underwear that's for, like, it separates your balls, and it has, like, a pouch that they sit in.
I was under the impression that that's where the head goes.
No.
Okay.
I think there may be
Okay.
two separate
You need
ones.
to stop talking right now. You go ahead and
I
tell,
think we're thinking of
Tell
two
us-
separate ones.
tell us what it's all about.
I don't know what they're called.
Okay, first of all, how much are they?
I don't
And
know.
how many pairs does Cory have?
None.
No.
None.
But you thought about it, right?
No, because it's
Fuck.
weird.
Why is it weird?
Why would you separate them?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm
clearly-
not. I don't have
I'm
that
interested.
capability.
I know maybe they don't do that in Minnesota, but, people in Michigan don't necessarily like their balls right next to each other. It needs to be like a little flap of fabric in between.
Speaking of people who love to talk about men's underwear.
Hey, it's
Well,
Joe Guido
anyway.
joining this. Joe.
Sorry,
Just walked in.
Yeah, they're pouches.
But yeah. I'm pretty sure that one of them.
Why is that one called that?
All right. Sorry, Al. We're getting a bit of a sidetrack here with some testicular shopping going on over across the way.
Well, there's one. I think the best name that we have on here is it's Sax Underwear. SAXX.
That's not the one I'm thinking of.
Oh, that's a brand name.
Yeah, but that's you. It separates the balls from the head, as Nick would say.
It has an internal ballpark pouch, as it states.
Look, if no one here has tried it, why are we poo-pooing it? Maybe it's the greatest thing, the greatest invention man's ever had the pleasure
could
of
be.
wearing.
I don't know. I know nothing about that area.
All right,
so.
well, one of us is going to have to bite the bullet and
Try him out.
fucking Neil Armstrong that shit for the podcast. Be the first one.
So, Alan, do you happen to have any a drink in front of you?
What's going on?
Well, refill that because we're about to make history here, and you're going to be the first call-in guest to do a shot with us. You got it.
Absolutely, we'll be here, sir. Joseph, how are you, sir?
I'm good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How's that cough going?
It's good. When I stand up, if I lay down, I start coughing.
Are you feverish?
No, not at all.
Okay.
It's temperature.
Corey,
up, down.
switch through.
Yeah,
Sorry,
the,
what's up and down?
The temperature. If it warms up and then it cools off, and always this time of year I get stuff.
It's called allergy.
Corey, switch
Or it's coronavirus,
to the
which I'm going to
thermal
share with
imaging.
all of you.
Yeah, I was hoping you were going to say that.
the thermal imaging camera and see
No,
how warm.
I'm all right.
How feverish he is?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
It's like fucking Zool on the mountain.
Looks like we're all stuck down here.
Joe just falls over during the podcast.
Are we ever going to drink these shots? Or
Yeah,
are we
Yeah,
waiting
we're
for Alan?
waiting for Alan.
Fine.
Are we gonna get? Are we
I
gonna
feel
get
like they've sat here for a
Are
while.
we gonna get one for Joe?
No. You guys do
yeah,
the first one.
doesn't sound like he.
Because I
Pop a
gotta
couple of
run.
those cherries. It'll probably help you through.
You guys should see how much crap I gotta put up at the stores. No more than 5 people in the lobby, and this and that, and corporate's freaking out. So I gotta hang all kinds of signs letting everybody know that
You corporate masters.
potential death.
Oh, never more pressure than right
Yeah, he does talk about death a lot.
I know.
Yeah. I assume when he's not with us, he's talking about our death, probably in particular.
No.
No?
Joe, did you know that Bob stole Pop-Tarts from my home while you were trying to pee the other day?
The other day.
Well, I was trying to pee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You were trying to get me out of here.
Alrighty, Alan.
Alan's ready. All right.
Good Pop Tart.
Well, happy St. Patty's Day, sir.
Happy St. Patty's Day, Alan.
Cheers.
Here's to you and the rest of the folks in the Great White North.
Sláinte.
It's coffee.
Oh.
Woo!
So, Alan, next question for you.
Fuck me.
Can,
That was a right,
Oh my God.
a declaration more than a question. But
That was the fireball. Ah.
that was impeccable timing.
usually that comes it's a rise like fuck me. Question mark.
No, there was no question. It was an exclamation.
But the actual question, so how do we get the audio from the mixer to the Facebook Live?
All right, sir. That's if you're listening, it was CHRISTENSEN. So, Alan, that would be awesome. And one of these days, we'll figure out how to fucking make this work, where we can have you picture in picture over the video for what we're doing here, and we can just put it in a banner across the bottom of the screen.
Then I gotta put my Schnozzcast noise together. So let me take a pause, Jeff, right now. It all, yeah, we can do anything that you would have me involved in.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've never thought about now the podcast. You guys have a lot of fun.
You know, in our main mantra or mission statement's always been, we're not, hey, how can we get sponsors and how can we make some money off this? We're just like, hey man, this started as Bob's idea with his buddy, and he posed it to us, and we're like, well, you know what? We hang out once a week, and most of the time we're jackasses, but every now and then we're funny. and maybe other people think we're funny, or maybe it's just a quick relief.
Maybe not.
From a parent that's sitting at home and can't leave the house. Specifically, now in this kind of situation, everyone's at home and there's nothing open, but we specifically do it just to have a good time, and we've all said to each other, the second it stops becoming fun, we'll definitely stop doing it.
But also, if you know how we can get some sponsors and make some money, that'd be great.
What was that, Alan? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Bob was rudely talking over you.
No, it's all good, he said. Go fuck yourself, man. Did you say listeners plural? All right. Well, they're probably you, Joe, Cory, and Nick.
I'm not watching.
Well, Alan, just so you know too, I just shared the website out to the live stream, so anyone that comes on, they'll see it, and hopefully they'll go take a look and get involved with that.
That's awesome.
Right.
Right. Well, stay safe, buddy. Stay off the streets, stay out of the stores if you can help it.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Yeah, I can do the same thing, but Nick keeps hanging up on me.
Well, here's the thing, Alan. Just from a Michigan perspective, just remember these key words. Don't just wash your whole ass, wash your asshole. Okay? And I think great advice. Great advice.
Wow.
In these trying times of TP shortages, it really resonates.
All right, Al. Oh, we're trying.
No, hold on.
We're trying.
We are not.
I'm trying.
Nick had some foresight to buy 2 of them.
Have you got those yet?
And Bob
haven't shipped yet.
Bob's
so.
almost gotten to the point of robbing me. So
you can't rob someone who doesn't have what you want.
Pop-Tarts
we'll
of the
see.
days.
Yeah, all right. So.
Shit then shower.
All right, Alan. We're gonna let you go. We're gonna take a break here. Love you, brother. Thank you.
Alan, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Talk to you soon. Yeah, there you go. All right, let's
Break time?
take a Schnozzcast break.
Sounds good.
We can come up with an official name for that.
Yeah, we're going to come back for a little bit longer of a break. I think the thought process was, or not longer of a break, but longer of a second half.
All right.
I think the thought process was perhaps eating some of the some of the food on the break.
Yeah, say a 30-minute break and come back. So if you're out there on Facebook Live or Podbean Live, and you're also getting hungry since it's almost noon, we'll grab yourself something to eat and come back and join us.
We have what? Shepherd's pie, Bob ate, corned beef,
Sure.
bread, food, Joe's pizzas.
Pop-Tarts?
Joe's pizzas are probably in his car that he was bringing, so let's get those while they're hot.
He's like, I don't
Is that
know.
supposed to bring pizza?
Is he talking about me?
No, you told us up and down, I'll bring pizzas. But see you guys in a little
I'll be
bit.
right back.
See you in the second half.
Oh, boy.
like that.
No. With the dead, sexy sounds of the Schnozzcast.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, better.
Warmer.
All right. Well, we're all ready for a nap now. We've had a giant meal with Nick made some outstanding corned beef and sauerkraut with potatoes.
You mean
Yeah.
cabbage?
Whatever.
Slightly different.
Completely different.
Is it though?
Yeah.
I had those raisins. You mean grapes?
Bob
Eventually
made,
they'll be raisins.
Bob made an amazing shepherd's pie.
Things are. Nick made a fantastic loaf of what the experts apparently call regular bread.
It's not white bread, not rye.
I'm like, what kind is that? He's like, regular.
Just regular bread.
I'm like, oh, I like that.
Cory and Danielle made some appetites.
I would have brought something.
Danielle had her hands full just getting Cory's dumbass here on time. She's like, oh.
It'll take a half an hour.
It's true.
Girl,
Half hour's not bad.
Get up.
It was long enough.
I can only imagine what you must go through on a daily basis.
Well, I usually have to wake him up this early
Why should you have to wake up at all?
to do things. Otherwise, we would not go anywhere.
Oh. So what you're saying is there's no motivation, there's no sense of urgency, there's no like, I'll set my alarm and get up at this time so we can do stuff. Like that doesn't happen. Okay. All right.
Wow. What do we have
Just-
scheduled today? Please, get up.
Yeah.
You know how long it takes me to get him out of his purple underwear and purple t-shirt and get out of bed?
A half hour.
It felt way longer than a half hour, though. I just want to throw that out there.
We still talking about waking him up?
Yes.
Okay.
So there is quite the story after we did finally get going. We had to stop and get breakfast, according to someone. So we stopped at the old McDonald's real quick.
Wait, hold on. Are you now pinning the delays on her?
No, it wasn't a delay. Well, I mean...
Well, you're like, we had to stop getting breakfast according to someone.
I needed breakfast. I
She
told
actually-
him I
she
needed
actually
to
mentioned
eat.
last night.
I did.
Right, but generally you go like, oh, we stopped so that Danielle could eat.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's in the presentation of that makes it seem like you're not going, it's all your fault.
It's not my fault for getting breakfast.
Excuse me, I don't understand the question.
For not being here on time.
I was on time.
No, you weren't. 9 o'clock.
There was no time set for us to be
There
there.
was absolutely a time set for 9 o'clock.
I was not told.
I was not told.
Well, that's because he didn't tell you, so that's not a surprise. But yeah, absolutely.
I did say Bob was going to be here at 9 o'clock.
Exactly.
You told me. He said, oh, what time are you guys going tomorrow? You're like, we're going to get here at 9. He's like, okay.
No, he said 9. Jesus Christ. And I said, what's wrong with 9? 9? You're going to get there at fucking 9. I'm like, well, yeah, that's my home.
I'll be there.
That's 9. I'm like, dude, you're the one that wanted. I'm like, we're starting at 10. So, at 10? How about like 11:30?
I said 11.
11:30.
I'm like,
We were close enough. It was 10:45.
the idea is to start in the morning on St. Patrick's Day, not like 45 minutes before morning ends. So, yeah, the 9 o'clock thing, there was no, yeah, Cory, you're going to be there at 9.
But don't say you didn't know it was 9. You knew it was 9, but you're like, I am not being there at 9.
No, I just knew you were showing up at 9. That was all I knew.
And he was going to be there at 9.
Well,
And so
again,
therefore,
it
you're
is
like,
obvious, so, yeah.
I will also. No, I won't. I won't be there at 9. 9? What?
I'll get there.
That's right. That's the conscious choice to not be there at 9.
It wasn't a conscious effort to not be here at
It's a
9.
subconscious choice.
Yes,
Unconsciously, I can't be there at 10.
correct.
What kind of dreams of pierogies were you having? Sour cream.
Speaking of which, Polish Village is delivering
Oh,
refrigerator.
beautiful sour cream.
But so we had to stop at
You sure you don't need
McDonald's.
whipping cream?
Back to the story. You said the old McDonald's, though. There's an old McDonald's?
Yeah, you had a
Or
farm.
Ye old McDonald's.
The ye old
Ye
McDonald's.
old McDonald's.
And so obviously we have to go through the drive-thru since everything is shut down inside.
Which somebody didn't know it beforehand.
No, I had to go. Oh my God, I had to go into the gas station.
Why is the fucking door locked?
No, he could go in the gas station fire. I was like, you realize we can't go inside, right? And he's like, no. I go, they closed everything inside.
Who would want to go in McDonald's?
He was already going inside the gas station. It's a gas station McDonald's combo.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
What is coronavirus?
So
Never heard of it.
So I go in the gas station, come back out, go through the drive-thru. We go to place our order, and Danielle, of course, has to try to substitute a biscuit for a muffin. And the lady was like, "Oh, we don't do that."
She goes, I don't think we can do that. I go, oh, I've done it at other McDonald's before. You can.
So now we have the drive-thru lady upset at us.
Wait a minute. What did you order that could only be served with a muffin and not a biscuit?
Sausage biscuit.
A chicken biscuit.
A chicken biscuit.
They're
What?
new. They have
What is
McChicken
that?
biscuit or a McChicken griddle. It's basically a McChicken on either a biscuit or a McGriddle now in the morning. But I wanted it
Okay.
on a muffin.
So it's fried chicken.
It's a McChicken patty.
I don't speak
You
McDonald's.
actually fried chicken.
You mean an English muffin?
Yeah.
I thought you were talking. I'm like,
What is
brand
it?
muffin?
What is
Like,
it?
a
I
half
don't
a brand
like that
muffin happens. Give it to you. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, a muffin. They have muffins?
Yeah, they have English
English
muffins.
Uh,
It's too close to
Oh,
my
he pulled the
face.
mic closer and she was like,
I don't like it like that.
Well, you weren't talking into it.
Sorry. I didn't like it that close to my mouth.
all right, so you wanted fried chicken on a biscuit instead of on a muffin.
No, on a muffin instead of a biscuit. Because you can get it a biscuit or a McGriddle, but I
Right.
wanted it on a muffin.
Okay.
But she told me they couldn't. I don't think we can substitute that. And I was like, no,
So
you can.
You pulled this sort of shenanigans elsewhere, and you thought you'd get away with it here.
It's just substituting one carb for another carb. So yes.
Do they say no substitutions?
No.
She did. She's like, "Yeah, we can't do that. No substitutions."
I don't. She said, I don't think we can do that.
No,
is
there
what
was no-
she.
there was
Yeah,
no
she
think
did.
involved.
And that's when I said, oh, I've done it at other McDonald's. And she goes, oh, okay,
No,
and did it.
No, she goes, "Oh, you have?" I'm like, "Oh, great."
Well, looks
Wait,
like we're
but
going to
then they
Taco Bell.
Yeah,
Oh, well, okay. I wasn't sure where that was going.
because he was upset that I had to make a special request, and then I pissed off the drive-thru lady.
Yeah,
and-
but she got what she
Well,
wanted. Like, you can't
Exactly,
really
I
argue that.
win.
Let me go in the back and get that.
Exactly.
She's not the one preparing the food.
And then on top of that, we pull up to the window, and she's like, "Oh, I have a coupon on her phone." So I'm like, "We have a coupon," and the lady just gave me this side eye as she was going away to scan the coupon. I'm like, "Oh, they're definitely spitting in our food." I mean, this is a great way to start off the day. But but not only at McDonald's.
I saved you $1.
We've done like DoorDash orders before. And she's like, "Oh, just put in the instructions. Only half ketchup on half the bun, mustard on the other half." I'm like,
I have never ordered anything like that.
That seems a little ridiculous.
when we ordered White Castle,
I wanted ketchup and
Wait,
mustard on
White
it.
Castle?
yeah, she's like, "Oh, tell them to put ketchup and mustard on only 5 of the burgers."
Because you had the other 5 and you don't like
And
it
I'm
on
like, they're
there.
not. I'm like, they're not. It's either going to come all with nothing, no ketchup and mustard, or they're all going to come with ketchup and mustard, and then I'm screwed.
Why are you making radical changes to food that probably shouldn't be in the first
I'm
place?
not.
It's
White
like going-
Castles is supposed to have ketchup and mustard on it with
What-
the pickles and
when
the
I-
onion.
When I order my malt liquor, I like to put it in a goblet because I'm just fancy like that.
He doesn't like condiments. I can't help that.
I'm the opposite.
Wait,
I
but
know.
Oh, so you're doing this for him,
No.
No.
He was upset
Okay.
because the White Castle order, I wanted ketchup and mustard on it,
right?
and he did not.
And so I told him, like, just put ketchup and mustard on it yourself.
And I said, it's
Sure,
not
it's
the
not the same.
same.
It's different.
Thank you.
Why is it different?
Yeah, why?
That's-
It's different.
Why is it
Because
different?
the way White Castles does it, it tastes different because they mix it together. It does do not. Shut up. Thank you. I'm so glad Joe agrees with me.
Well, hold on. Is this a real thing? You're telling me they
Yeah.
take it from 2 packets?
No, it's in one bottle. At White
But
Castle.
eventually they were.
It's a double.
At one point they were separate.
Is that what it
At
does?
one
Yeah,
point they were
squeeze like
separate
2
substances.
I agree with. It's
See,
different.
it is different.
No. At one point, they were not in the same bottle. They were in individual bottles.
Right.
They mixed them together.
No, they don't mix it together.
No, Joe said
There's
it's got
two
two
spouts.
Yeah, it's like a caulking gun almost, and it squirts out 2 little dollops.
So two
And it,
different things go together
Right.
and mix.
But I
Just
couldn't
when
mix
you
it the
splash
way
them
it does it.
How is it any different than
So-
you taking two different things and mixing
Yeah,
them?
why don't you
Thank
just
you.
take 2 packets and
Because,
Yeah.
like Joe said, it tastes different. It does. It tastes different. It does not taste the same.
Yeah, if you take a hot hamburger and you put ketchup and mustard on it, and then it heats it up,
Yeah.
it's like putting plain and then cold ketchup. It's different.
It's
I agree.
different.
Is this the whole front to back butt wiping thing that
Dude, I'm-
Oh, I don't know, unless that's precipitated by this story.
no,
Okay.
it's not.
yes.
So are you the gas stations have better fountain pop crew? Are you part of that school of thought?
I mean, I prefer to get fountain pop from like McDonald's if I'm getting fountain pop.
So you have certain locations that you're like, oh, their fountain pop's better.
Because McDonald's Coke does taste different, and it's actually like a proven thing that it is different.
McDonald's-
It's a proven thing.
It is.
McDonald's is very.
They use the original formula from
They're
Coke.
liberal with the sugar. I'll
Yeah,
say
and they're
that.
very like. They want their Coke to be a certain way. That was in that one.
There's a bunch of articles
documentary.
on it. Yeah.
They said they take their fountain drinks, especially Coke drinks. Seriously, they clean the lines more.
hmm
It's different.
It's not a different Coke though.
Then I don't know.
No,
But
It's the same Coke.
But it's prepared differently.
They add butter.
Oh, this creamy Coke.
Ray Kroc special stuff.
Powdered fry salt.
Mmm.
Hey, let me
Well,
say this real
they
quick.
do put sugar in the buns, though, right? They put sugar in pretty much everything.
I would
no,
know.
there's
No.
there's no sugar in fries.
No.
I think they put sugar in the buns.
I put sugar in the buns all the time.
Hey, that's what the special notes thing is for if you're ordering.
Right.
So-
they don't always follow it anyway. so it
Yeah, if
doesn't
you're like,
matter.
I want 10 burgers, half with no ketchup and mustard, I get that. But it's when you use that special notes thing, this happens to us all the time, they're like, well, can we have a load of ranch? Like, oh, no, you're paying for that ranch. The special notes is not for like, if you get 2 free pizzas. You can't just throw that in there.
And I get what the special instructions are for, but
Danielle would
no-
say, I do that
most
all
places
the
aren't going
time.
to follow
No.
them,
Oh, no.
or even see them for
Yeah.
that matter.
Yeah, they'll be at the bottom.
Yeah. So that's why I'm like, no, we're not going to split the order with special instructions because
So
Or you could just not be a baby and eat ketchup and mustard.
Exactly.
Disgusting.
so if we got you,
It's
if we got,
disgusting. All you're eating is meat and bread.
if we,
No, it
And a
always comes with
pickle,
pickle and
And
onion.
a pickle.
what was that noise? Okay, Bob. Again?
amateur hour.
Does McDonald's?
Hey,
Look at
totally worth
look
it.
at. I'm the one that's doing it. I don't care.
For a little. Oh, what's this? So I can play yakety sax earlier. No, this is off.
But your phone just lit up and we heard a noise.
It lit up completely unrelatedly because I got an email. But here, the volume was up to play yakety sax for you.
Okay. So we're gonna get you something like this with 2 spots on it and a split in the middle, so you can have your ketchup and mustard
Sure.
all scored on the same time. Would
Or
it
I'll
still?
just go to White Castle and order it that
Would
way
it, would
anyway.
it still be different?
I don't know. I'd have to try it.
So difficult.
I like sauce and condiments. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so do I.
He makes fun of me at Arby's because I
But
want
I'm
extra
18
packets of
grams.
sauce.
But I've never been like,
That's a lot of
oh,
sugar.
hold on,
for a
hold on,
hamburger bun.
hold
Yeah.
on.
Jesus.
On my chicken sandwich, I would like Chick-fil-A to put the ranch on for me because when I put the ranch on, it just doesn't taste.
Exactly.
But it's made differently.
The ketchup
Yes,
and
it
mustard is made
is.
differently.
No, ranch is made differently at different locations.
It might be a different brand of ketchup.
Yeah, no,
you
I-
have Heinz, you have Hunts,
Right.
you have all kinds of
But
ketchup.
we're
It
not
might be
talking about
White
different
Castle
locations.
ketchup for all.
But like Jets Ranch is way different than McDonald's Ranch.
Right, different locations have different ranch.
Right.
But I'm
way
talking
it's put
about
on.
being at the same location.
Administered.
And they're like, could we give you a packet of ranch? And I'm like, oh no, that doesn't taste as good as the ranch you put on there.
Correct, because it's not the same. Because
So-
they're giving you a packet as opposed to the stuff they actually made.
I don't know if they're making it.
There's some young kids that live down the street, right? We can just have them put it on because basically that's what's being done at the restaurant location. Is
That's not.
some young teenager just applying?
Hey,
no, no, no.
Yeah. Hey kid,
Take this bottle and take that bottle and put this on these 5 hamburgers so we can get the hell out of here.
Sounds
They're-
weird and creepy on some levels.
Here's $5.
They're waking up at the crack of dawn and going with a giant baton and stirring and making ranch in giant cauldrons in the ranch room in the back of McDonald's.
Ranch room.
McDonald's doesn't have ranch rooms.
What's that?
They have
That's
packets of
hold
sauce.
on, but you're only 16.
Excuse me.
You're-
Excuse me.
You're
Back
only
up, sir.
you're only 16 years old. Sorry, we're
Ranch
homemaking ranch. We had to get here at 3:55 a.m.
You're not allowed to.
It's a guy
Don't they
walking
ship? Don't they
with a
ship
ranch
that
room
to
with a
you?
briefcase with a
Handmade every day.
handcuffed to his.
It's password.
I was say, you got to pass the retina scanner in order to get into the
Yeah.
ranch room.
Excuse me, Darla.
That's how it would be at times.
Darla, did you get our special homemade ketchup and special homemade mustard and put
Nobody
it in
makes
the two
homemade.
squirters things because
Hold on. That's exactly what they're doing.
They are not making homemade
all
ketchup
we have
and
are the
mustard.
packets.
The
Those
mix-
aren't the same.
It doesn't exist until they make it.
The mix part, the
Yes,
mixing it together.
that's making it.
Yeah,
Right.
but the ketchup and mustard are from a manufacturer that everybody else has.
Right. Anything else that's homemade also has some ingredients that they didn't make.
Are
Not
they,
if- no.
are they the same manufacturer that makes
Sure.
the packets?
I don't
you're at a
know.
dairy farm, you
I
can make
don't
your own
work
buttermilk.
there.
You're not making that shit.
I thought
It's
you
coming
worked
from
at
all
a
your
McDonald's.
I did work at McDonald's.
Oh,
You're taking
God.
something that was made. And
We're
then
talking
creating
about-
something from that.
The squirter thing.
If it says
At McDonald's?
if it says McDonald's Ranch, that means it's just packaged for McDonald's.
Right.
It's probably Hidden Valley or whoever else
I
makes ranch.
guess.
Or that
That
guy
just means
that
they package it.
or that guy that sings "Ain't No Mountain High Enough" made it.
Marvin Gaye.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's like Smokey Robinson. I agree with you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
It tastes different when you, depending on how you get it. It's like when they make the fries and they salt them before they put them in the bag. Or you get fries with no salt and then you put the salt on, you're like, nothing's holding here. Like it hasn't made its way into the
Mhm.
greasy fry.
But see, that's
it's just falling off.
If you've ever worked in fast food, that's actually different. They have powdered salt that's almost like a powdered sugar that adheres to the fries when you toss them when you come right out of the fryer. And then granular salt that you get in packets. So that is actually different.
Well, then
They don't have powdered ketchup and granular ketchup. It's both ketchup
Why don't they have those?
they might.
because that doesn't make any sense.
Couldn't there be like a ketchup
I want it to make sense.
powdered concentrate that you just add
No.
water to?
I wanna
and
live in a
stir
world
it
where
up?
there's
I'm
powdered
sure
ketchup.
you could.
Bite into your burger.
Instead of having to get gallons of it, you just get it in a powder.
Sorry, just the ketchup.
That's true.
Here, drink this. What is it?
Ketchup.
Drinking the ketchup powder.
Well-
Might send you in a full body lock.
Body lockout.
Body lock, yeah, sorry, body lockout.
Well, Danielle might think that she's done enough talking for an episode, but she'd be wrong because we're about to do Danielle's word box.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't have to.
Ooh. I'm surprised to see her
Crowd
this.
cheering button.
I'm surprised to see her this
That's
spry.
what I need. Sorry?
Oh yeah. I said I'm surprised to see her. So I did it. The first two times were fine.
The third time, once you were on the spot.
Yeah, he's just giving up now. We gotta take
I'm always,
the
it's
fucking
a
bucket.
podcast. I'm always on the spot.
Oh, okay.
Jesus.
Oh boy.
Are these all Irish words?
No.
So what Danielle's about to do is to pull a word or a
Shenanigans.
phrase from the word box and give it a try. He's opted for the word, I think, here. Danielle's word is...
Mishmash.
There we go.
Can you say it again?
Mishmash.
Can you say it a little slower?
No. I said it twice. That's
You
all
did?
I got.
You did? Well,
Normally, I'm like, no.
I just like to hear the shh.
Oh, that was very.
This is
I
it's kind
know.
of becoming a little anticlimactic here.
Sorry.
Mushroom.
Thought I had
Hey,
some-
you're the one that made the words.
Yeah. Well, they can't all be 14-letter scientific phrases. Sometimes,
Why not?
sometimes you just go for the sh sound. Oh, there's 2 shish sounds in that word. Seems perfect.
What is it though?
It was. In my head.
I see that.
In execution, not quite so much. You might get the whole audience revolting against Daniel's Red Box.
Bob, did you have some news that you wanted to read?
No,
Okay, well, we can all just sit here in
I'm
silence.
watching Kermit the Frog over there. I assume he's looking up mishmash.
Well, I'm noting it so I know what the word is when I edit the video.
Generally, you look it up.
Let's worry about the video that we're trying to make to edit in the first place.
Danielle and I had something that we were going to talk about, and that is it being St. Patrick's Day today. But us being in the middle of a pandemic, it's been 24 years since the Dropkick Murphys actually went out to tour on an annual basis on St. Patty's Day. It's the first year that they've had to stop because of the virus. But what they decided to do is to stream a live concert in front of no fans tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern Time.
So that's cool.
If you're fans, go to their website, dropkickmurphys.com, and there'll be a link there where you can tune into the streaming site or sites, and you pick which one you want to do.
I just don't think that'd be as, and it's awesome they're doing it,
Mhm.
but the idea of the band playing in front of no one, like, a band feeds off that. Like, they feed off of a crowd. I would have to assume they would feed off the crowd in front of them, like, going crazy and singing along with songs, like, so.
It's got to be kind
We
of like
want you all to clap
recording.
your hands.
Bands aren't,
All right,
bands
let's
aren't
go.
like comedians. They actually have to record the album first, which they also do in front of no one. And then they also do music videos, which they, again, do in front of no one.
Right, but that's
And
all.
they have
A
to
live
look as
show.
though, it has to look as though
Completely
you
different.
really want to go see them live. So, yeah, I'm sure they feed off the audience, but it doesn't mean it's impossible for them to do it live.
No, I'm not saying it's impossible. I don't, like, if I was in that band, I'd be like, okay, well, yeah, you're doing a music video, so you prepare yourself for that. You're like, okay, we know there's going to be cuts and stops and all that. Same thing with recording an album. You're going to be in a studio, and I might just be playing the guitar by myself in a room,
Right.
just to lay the track down. But when you know that, like, oh, we have a concert tonight that, at a venue, you go into that mindset of like, okay, we're playing a concert, so we need to be in that mode. So
Yeah,
I don't see how you could live stream a concert. You might as well just live stream than you recording in the studio.
Before I respond to that, I would assume that if you were in the band, you'd be like, no, fuck that, guys. I'm not going out there with any fans.
Yeah,
Yeah?
I mean,
All right, so playing devil's advocate, who's the lead singer?
They're getting
Let's just say it's Fred
Seamus.
let's say it's Seamus O'Toole.
Colin McCormick.
Sure. Let's not fight. Let's say it's Colin Seamus O'Toole McCormick.
There we go.
And I go, Cory, we're all the fans that are used to seeing us on St. Patty's Day can't do that, and we need to make sure that they're taken care of because that's who keeps us in the black. So rather than not doing a concert tonight, we're going to do it to the cameras. And by the way, since we're streaming on site and it's kind of a big deal, maybe we'll get some word of mouth, and we might potentially have more people watching us than we ever would in any show we ever played live. We're just playing to the camera instead of the people in the crowd.
They're
You sure you
doing-
don't want to go?
Yes.
You know, it'd be cool, or actually ingenious, and I think it'd
Of course.
Genius.
be pretty easy for them to do.
It would be cool genius.
Would be, considering the circumstances, have a large projection screen like they would for like a movie, and do like where the Brady Bunch has their faces and they're all in the little squares. Like have a Skype thing through Skype where people can call in and have about 500 squares where fans can call in and their audio could be piped in through wherever they are, so they could actually feed off the fans and the fans could hear them, and then they could have kind of like a giveaway
500.
where those
Right.
500 little tiny
So each one of these
squares.
fans is in like a room by
Like
themselves going, woo!
whatever, they could give it away for the 500 tickets. I mean, you're telling me if Dropkick Murphy was like, hey, we picked your name, you can Skype in and be a part of our band and we'll be able to hear you and you'll be able to hear us, you'd be like, nah, I'm all right.
But when they go on stage, they've all got earpieces and they're not listening to you.
They can hear you.
It would be piped through the speaker system.
It's really muffled. They're not listening to you. They're keeping the beat,
Yeah.
right? They're listening
Yeah,
to cues from
Drummer's
other.
got a method.
you can
They're
also-
not
when you-
listening to the fans.
But you can see
And
the crowd.
They'd be deaf.
It's a dull sound. It's a dull roar. And they can see the crowd. Absolutely, they can see the crowd.
And so, even to me, seeing it would be better than just, like I said, playing in a studio where you just have.
I mean, I think it's like a music video, where literally that's what you're doing. You're just playing to the camera. That's it.
And is this so? And you can just go on their website and stream it for free.
On their website, there's a section that tells you how to watch them. I don't know if it's. I'm sure there's one on YouTube. I'm sure there's something on TikTok or fucking TikTok or whatever it is.
No.
What are the kids are doing
The
today?
snippets and the clippets.
Exactly, the snippets and the clips.
No, they're doing it because number one, they're probably getting paid somehow to do it. Number two, they're a people's band, so they're gonna want to.
No, and I like that idea of it. That they're
doing it for.
they want to
Corey's
keep
like,
their
fuck the people. We're not. I don't like the people.
That's awesome. They're doing it for their fan base.
But it sounds like you're saying that.
I mean,
Yeah, so Twitter, YouTube, Twitch. So you let the kids
I think it'd be. I agree with you too.
Facebook,
It'd be
Instagram.
different because you don't have that energy. You don't see the people jumping up and down
Right.
and going crazy. You're just kind of like, eh. Right.
We're
I mean,
just
I'm
playing
sure
our
they can put on a
songs.
good show, but
yeah,
it's not like it's an acoustic set where they're just sitting there strumming along. They jump.
I
all over
just
the
don't
place.
see them like jumping around wherever they're at. Really getting into it.
I guarantee they're going to.
Oh, they're old.
Guaranteed.
That's a guarantee.
It's a B guarantee.
That is a guarantee.
Guarantee.
Well, you'll have to log in tonight and see how the
I'm going
the
to.
show goes, and
Nick and I may do it together from his basement.
while you guys are together.
No, we may not.
All right. I thought the plan was everybody go back home, take a nap, and then come back and continue to go. But
I just don't like you saying
seamlessly.
Nick and I may do it together from his basement on an audio podcast.
well, if you're going to take it out of context in that way.
It was directly in context.
Well, I see.
Hey, what's that green bottle over there, Bob?
Oh,
Some liquor of some kind.
Of some sort?
Yeah.
What sort would that be?
The alcoholic kind. So,
Made by who?
a distiller and a distributor
From where?
from somewhere in the world.
Named what?
Oh, Earth.
what is that?
What are
Horn? John Jameson Horn?
Is that supposed to be honorable? H-O-N for honorable?
I think it's
The-
honorable.
They wouldn't do it before, they did it after. There's no comma.
They're Irish. Who knows?
It says
He's a
John,
judge?
Why
John-
is the day, the month,
John
and the year?
Jameson,
22nd
HON.
of July.
Oh, Han.
It's whiskey in the jar.
Well, at least Nick picked up what I was putting down.
Think Bob has a booze news story.
Nope. Go and keep pouring that, sir.
Joe, you ready yet?
137.
Yeah, I'll do it.
All right, there we go.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm gonna-
Yeah, that's what we want to get all that out
Actually,
of
that's
you.
what I.
Get that
all I
cough
should
syrup.
be drinking. I
Get
shouldn't
that
be
cough
drinking
syrup
beer.
down.
Dude, I've been sucking down Z-Quil.
I
Trying to
was,
go. That doesn't do shit.
I was talking about the Jameson.
No, I know, but Z-Quil doesn't do shit.
I could go and get you some honey and lemon from upstairs to mix with it if you want.
I've been putting honey and lemon juice in my tea. It's actually quite good. This is coffee. I've been
Quite
drinking-
good. It's obviously quite good.
I've been sucking down tea for the past 2 days like crazy.
Joe, I could only hear a couple more of you sucking downs before I'm going to start making jokes.
Okay.
Might as well start it now. Oh, it's a good sound effect.
I'm almost done.
Like a racehorse.
There we go.
And shake her off.
That's right.
That's surprisingly not a lot of pickle juice for.
That was a good story.
Didn't I already have this shot of Fireball in front of me?
No.
That's fireball.
Oh, that's Joe's?
No, you did not.
Ooh.
Ready? Ready?
All right. Well,
Shot of Jameson. Shot to Jameson. We're gonna do a pickleback for me friends here.
Where's my pickle juice?
Do you want it?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
It is good though.
Just grab a shot glass or squirt it in your mouth.
mm,
Oh, that's what she said.
Jameson warm is good. Cold, I don't like.
Yeah, you can't do cold.
No, I don't like it cold. Warm's good. Oh, that felt
Which part?
good. That felt good.
both of them.
Why?
No,
What was wrong with the pickle juice?
no, nothing. Just
Hits you right in the jowls.
yeah.
Good man, when you get a hard shot going down the wrong, like a little bit goes down the wrong pipe, oh, that is deadly.
Oh, and it kind of sticks like right
Yeah,
Right here.
and it just like right where your
like
xiphoid process or whatever the hell that thing's called.
just can't talk for about 5 minutes.
What is that called?
Arch of St. Louis.
That was nice
You're
of.
medical.
That was nice of.
What's that? I know it's your sternum, but
You're
it's
right,
like the
xiphoid
xiphoid
pro-
process.
Yeah, process.
The siphon.
Ah.
That was nice of Katie Cobra to stop in the room.
Yeah?
I did not see.
Figured she'd be bartending.
No, she hasn't worked up there in
Oh, really?
a while now.
Yeah, no school. She's on what we're calling vacation.
But yeah, she got a I want to say a principal job.
What? A job where she really has to.
Someone's nodding off.
Oh wait.
But no, she was an assistant principal,
Well, that's really cool.
and then I think I wouldn't even name the school, but school offered her a full-time principal position,
Oh, that's cool.
so she had to quit doing raves even on the weekends.
Ken Lashinsky, welcome, sir.
Is that your mom?
Wow.
Wow.
Welcome,
This is what happens when you have cabbage.
Ken, just so you know, you just got a fart out of Nick.
Those are the cabbage farts. I did a couple earlier, but the only people could hear was the Facebook Live because the guys have headphones on and didn't come through.
I didn't hear anything earlier. Ken, what do you mean by by first?
First shot of the day, baby.
I don't know. We'll see what he says. Oh, all right.
Can I,
Corona.
since we were talking about farts, can I say something? I gotta get this off
Oh,
my chest.
God.
Here
No.
it
No.
is.
No.
All right,
I gotta get
everyone.
this off
Hang
my
on,
chest.
real quick, Joe.
Stand
Before you, everyone, buckle up.
Yep.
Prepare for the ride.
Yep.
Go.
Well,
If you've got kids or elderly people that are listening with you on Facebook or Podbean, you might want
No,
to tell
it's
them
not
about
bad.
it.
Okay, Bob, we're at 141, so you know where to cut out.
No. It's been on my chest for a while.
Oh,
Weighing
Okay.
weighing on my conscience.
wipe that poop off.
Maybe 4 or 5 podcasts ago, I don't remember how many. We were all sitting out here, and Cory walked into the bathroom.
Yep, I remember that.
Oh,
and cut
yes.
a rotten ass fart. That was me.
That was you. Where were you?
Sitting there.
Sitting where?
Not next to me.
I was sitting right next to somebody.
Yeah, he was.
No.
That was me.
Yeah, because remember
Swear
when
my
Cory was
grandpa's
like,
grave.
Cory's like, I didn't
'Cause
do
after they-
Cory
anything
did
in the
deny that.
bathroom.
Cory denied that
yeah.
up and down.
Yes.
You weren't next to
Yeah,
us.
'cause I was-
Yes, he was. He was
You
sitting
flim-flammed
right
all of
there.
us. We all were like,
I
Jesus,
cut
Cory.
it, and you all started laughing, and then
Yeah.
blamed him. I'm like, I'm gonna let this ride for a while.
You're a fucking dickhead.
I was gonna tell you later that night, but I'm like, let's see how long I can go for.
Dude, I went for days telling them, I'm like, nothing happened in the
No,
bathroom.
that was me.
Dude,
Not only that, but
dude,
you cut it out of the video podcast.
Grandpa's great.
And you probably could have left it in now if you'd have known
No,
it was a show.
I left it in there.
I did not see it in the podcast.
It was on the
Trashed
video.
it.
Really?
You couldn't hear it as loud.
Well, now you're going to have to go back and edit it and make sure and put the caption.
Did you
Like,
start
oh,
second?
they all
change
heard
your
it.
name to Joe's name?
Did you start second guessing yourself? Like maybe I did.
Maybe.
No, I knew I didn't do anything.
Maybe when I went on my tiptoes to give it that last shake.
When they said that too, I'm like, they heard that through the door? I'm like, no way he ripped the fart out shitting his pants.
Well, and that's Bob's like, oh, I heard it in the microphone. I'm like, how? If I ripped I would have been bleeding out.
But it was almost like a ventriloquist because
Yeah.
it did not sound like it was
In
from,
this room.
from this world, actually.
Yeah.
But it sounded like it came from in the bathroom. It sounded like, like it was like way off in the distance. We were like,
Because
"What
I was
the
sitting on
fuck,
this
Cory?
friggin' chair that has no cushion on it.
Weren't you here,
Where's it
Danielle?
gonna go?
Yeah,
Didn't you think it was him?"
I did.
We all did.
We all did.
We were all taken in by his ruse.
And like
I
he
didn't,
didn't
but I
make
knew it
he
was.
didn't make a face. He didn't do anything.
No, he played it super.
Oh, because they immediately started going and then pointing towards Cory.
Yeah, but that's
we'll
his-
let this go.
He can't. That's his face. I mean, he doesn't make many more faces. That's really his face.
Well, I know, but a lot of times when people fart,
Joe
they
doesn't
like
have like very excited faces.
make a face when
He's
you
very kind of his face.
fart. I don't know.
You know, emotions kind of are.
His face.
Well,
His
there's
face
only two emotions. There's
Yeah.
nothing and there's smiling. I do both.
No, you.
Because I don't go around
Nothing
grinning
and
like an
smiling.
idiot all the time.
That's a different face. That is also one of the faces. That's a grumpy, sad Joe.
Well,
Welcome to the
they've been in a
Schnozzcast
mood.
School of Acting. Your first day's lessons are going to be two methods of communication: nothing and smiling.
That'd be the Guido School of Acting,
Yeah.
not the Celeste.
What else is there?
Where do you think you got it from? Cory?
Not me.
The Schnozzcast School of Acting.
Well, thank you for finally bringing that to light,
Very
because
welcome.
that's been
I was going to tell you later that night, but I'm like,
Not
I
much
wanted
about
to
that.
see if they bring it up more, but they didn't.
The problem is we have such a carefully curated history of the Schnozzcast that now we're going to go back and change like liner notes, the episode guide, the Chiron crawl at the bottom of the video.
Here it comes.
Yeah, you might as well have just told us like, yeah.
I don't
we're back in
remember
episode
which one
2.
that was. 59, maybe 58, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
in that area.
Sometime
Yeah,
in the last
around there.
month or so.
How'd you, I feel a weight lifted off my chest, but now I have so many questions as well.
How did they think it was you
Yeah.
through that door?
Because
No.
it was just the timing of it. It literally.
No,
didn't-
but it didn't sound. I mean, it didn't sound like localized.
no, it didn't. It sounded like it
You know
came
how
from
when
that
you want
area.
something to be true, you really kind of just convince yourself that it is. That's probably what it was. We all
Well,
wanted it to be cool.
But I also think Joe wanted bad enough to focus on that area of sound, and he wanted to send it in that direction.
Just the angle I was sitting at. I
Yeah,
didn't
you
read.
gave
I
him a lot
didn't
of
read.
credit.
I think it was a lift, kind of a lifted point,
Half lift.
kind of a half lift.
No, he.
That was a squeaker. This chair's got.
No, there was nothing squeaky about it.
Mm-mm.
None of us caught like a
He didn't
like a
move.
sideways lean or a bit of a
Emotional
sit at
part.
attention.
It was
There was no
eyebrow.
nothing gave him away. He
It was
played
a very-
super
it was a very rough fart.
Yeah.
It was like a
What's
What are
that?
you doing, Joe?
it was like a very like like it was like what the fuck was that? Like it was very
Yeah.
offensive. It was very offensive. It wasn't like it was nothing like that.
Look, I'm giving you all the credit in the world because you pulled one over on us.
But you didn't
Yeah.
smell it, though, did you?
No,
Well,
thank
no,
No,
you
because
sent
it was
it
in the
towards the
bathroom.
bathroom, right? You sent it right at the time that Cory was flushing, and it just sucked all the scent molecules right down the toilet.
Scent molecules.
I feel better now.
Well, mystery solved.
Cory's
I
like,
feel better now too.
Cory's like, this coronavirus thing ain't gonna have shit on that fart. I feel so much better now.
Now, if they would have given you shit every time you walked in, they'd be like, "Oh, you're gonna rip another fucking monster fart, Cory?" I would have let it go for much longer.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
Well, see, I think what we're starting to realize here is we're starting to see.
Joe is a liar.
No. We're
Starting to realize, not have realized. For many
we're
years.
realizing that he's becoming a little bit more free with his flatulence with the brown underwear. He's not so scared anymore.
What a rip one ever.
Yeah, he's not so scared that he's kind of sneak it out. He knows, like he can just knock it out of the park.
Brown underwear is the way to go, man.
Oh, well, got one coming on. I don't
Nothing
know.
to lose.
I don't know what's gonna
Nothing to
happen.
lose.
Don't know what's gonna happen. Let's just let it rip.
I'm sleepy.
Are you going to make it home
I want to take a nap.
on the way home?
Yeah, no.
I was going to say,
Little baby now.
and you'd be ready to go for tonight.
You doing another cast tonight?
No.
No,
I do have a queen size inflatable.
we don't need to hear about your sex toys, man.
I was like,
Do you have somewhere for her to sleep? Is the question.
I suppose. There's a rolled up rug upstairs that Angie set aside.
No.
If you think you can make it home,
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about that.
No, there will be.
I'm not worried about that,
There'll be some.
Cory.
There'll be some napping going on.
For sure. Well, what about you?
I'm good.
You got about 10 minutes before you're out of the woods.
No, I'm here. Well, my phone is over there. It could be exploding for all.
That's a good way to do it. Put your phone in some other room. Turn the power off.
I lost my phone.
Sorry, guys, didn't hear.
Goddamn Verizon.
Hey now. Verizon is the only service that works on top of Mount Everest.
I heard that. Hey Danielle,
How's the weather?
Yeah.
did you watch your movie? For
No, I
Children's
don't
Agenda?
have a
I
copy
thought you
of
said.
it.
I thought you said she watched.
I don't have movies.
I thought you said you watched it with her.
No.
Mm-mm.
No?
Which
Son of a
one?
Woman?
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Really?
What was the one before? Do you remember the one before that?
No. I mean, that's been
Turn.
the movie for like,
Turn.
Turn.
for like the last 4 or 5 weeks.
No, because then I was supposed to try and get it from Krabby too, but
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Oh, because he said anytime you're near Ferndale, just swing by and pick it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should definitely take him up on that.
well, I should. I've got 3 weeks of nothing. So
Yeah, we gotta get going on that. I know it's been a rough week, and there's this crazy killer virus that we're dealing with. But Joe, did you know what you're supposed to watch?
Yeah, it was 600.
6
Were you
Underground?
Were you
Yeah.
6 Underground?
I got halfway through it. Now I don't have access to Netflix.
Why not?
Oh, right. Don's got.
Well, I have internet and stuff in my house that I could do, but I just haven't gotten around.
Right.
The first half was good. I don't remember much, but I didn't watch it. I swear to God.
Michael Bay.
Yeah, there was too much jumping around. Jesus Christ. I don't think I've ever seen a Michael Bay movie that I know. And just the cutting and the jumping around, I'm like, fuck, hey.
After Krabby mentioned that, I did rewatch it, and yeah, the beginning there is a lot of cutting because
the car chases.
because when they don't go from number 1 to 2 to 3,
Yeah.
they explain like, oh, who number
6
3 is, and yeah, and then who number 6 is, and then back to who number 2 is.
Yeah.
So yeah, there was a lot of jumping around in the beginning.
Yeah, I'll get through it, I swear.
But speaking of that,
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds is in that commercial or that movie. Have you seen the commercial for his aviation gin that he released on February 29th because it was a leap year? And so there's a debate about anyone that has a birthday on a leap year on February 29th. If they were born on February 29th, they technically only have a birthday every 4 years. So he found a lady that was born in 1936. That this leap year, she was technically turning 21. Did you guys see that commercial?
I told you about it last week.
No.
Yeah, we talked about it
Yeah.
last week.
Yes.
But
Joe hasn't, but yeah.
Well, then let me play this for Joe, because
On YouTube?
yeah,
All right.
it's I heard it originally on Dave and Chuck, and they played just the audio, and the audio itself was hilarious, but the video is also very good. Yeah, I had it pulled up, but
It's a common problem with my marriage.
yeah, you know.
Like, come on, back me up, girl.
I've seen it.
Corned beef.
I can't blame her, man. I'm stuffed.
My belly's
It was a
full.
great, yeah,
Now
it was a
sleepy.
great meal. All right.
It's like
We
Thanksgiving.
while we're waiting for Cory to pull that up, let's hear a word from our sponsors. Ready? Gotta turn that volume up.
For always being there for our ass wiping needs. Right, ready?
Pause the video.
Gotta turn that volume up. Hold on.
For always being there for our ass wiping needs.
Hold on.
Every time.
All right, here we go. So if they're searching for it on YouTube, they can find it, Cory, by searching for what? Arlene's Big Leap.
Arlene's Big Leap, or just even Ryan Reynolds' Gin,
Okay.
and it'll come up.
February 29th, 1936, a leap day, which means she has a birthday once every 4 years.
I was technically 5 years old when I got married.
This leap day, Arlene turns 21, legal drinking age.
30,679 days I've waited to turn 21. I had 7 kids in 10 years. Do you think sometimes I didn't want to drink?
Arlene has never had a legal drink in her life.
Following the rules and doing what you're told was important to me because that's what I was taught. You don't get in trouble when you do what you're told. But I'm not an angel. That's okay. I'm ready to party.
We wanted her first legal drink to be aviation gin.
Holy Moses.
Happy birthday, Arlene.
I didn't know who Ryan Reynolds was. And, you know, they'd say, you don't know who he is? I said, no, I don't know who he is. Yeah.
Ignore her. She's been drinking.
So, yeah, that was...
Yeah.
Oh, it was extremely well done.
Aside from gin being the most vile, disgusting liquid on the fucking planet.
Aviation gin is actually not too bad.
Oh.
Hendrick's gin is good. Hendrick's gin was the first gin that I drank, and I'm like, oh, okay, I could actually ingest this.
Like straight or mixed?
No.
After you drank Hendrick's gin, did it tell you that he wants to go home early tonight?
Okay.
He fuckers.
No, I want to say it was tonic.
Oh,
Gin tonic.
I see where you're going with that.
No, but I mean like nothing that had flavor
Dawn.
like tonic water. It's pretty plain.
Dawn.
Yeah, it's a little sweet. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I can't do gin.
and this one was also pretty good.
Like people that come up and they give you it, they're like, try this drink. It's real refreshing. You taste it. There's nothing refreshing about this. That's my gin and tonic.
And I think that one of the issues, I can't do gin tonic. My boosh, my grandma, I'd go over and cut her grass when I was younger. And it was a real hot summer day. Chase was on the left.
It should make you take your shirt.
Do you cut the grass now?
Yeah. And so I went in the freezer, and there was these frozen glasses of what I thought was water. So I'm like, oh, awesome. Took it outside,
Who
let
would
it
freeze a glass of water?
Or gin.
Bush would. So I'm like, all right, take it outside, sat on the porch for a little bit, kept on cutting. When I came back, it was melted enough to where I could get a big swig out of it. I started downing it. I swallowed it. I'm like, ugh, like pine needles.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, it was frozen gin and tonic that she had prepared in the fridge, in the freezer. So after that, I'm like, gin and tonic is not.
Weren't you guys giving me shit last podcast when I said that about Bacardio? When you guys said that people should email us on what different shots to do, and I said if you put Bacardio anywhere near me, I'll vomit. And this was like when I was 19, I got sick off that shit.
Yeah,
And if
told
you
that
put it
story a
anywhere
couple times.
near me and I smelled it, I'd throw up instantly.
So
That's the same thing with your gin story.
we got some Bacardio.
Fuck, don't put that anywhere near me. If you want me to puke all over Bob's,
Yeah,
Fine equipment.
Well, not well,
This channel
which
right
which
here.
put
equipment?
that shit away from me.
The equipment.
This
You wanna hear it?
This equipment's been retired.
You want to hear the story?
No.
Quite
Keep
some
it
time.
short.
No.
Yeah, let's hear it.
We went up to, when I was 19, my friend Matt's sister, Elena, was going to Central, and she had a house with, I think, like 2 or 3 other girls. It was like a duplex, like a apartment.
Oh,
We went there, We drank a little bit, then went to Frizzoli's, the fast food Italian place.
Oh, gotcha.
Ate a crap load of spaghetti. Went back. Then I went to the liquor store and I downed a pint of Bacardio and drank 2 beers in about 12, 15 minutes. And immediately ran to the bathroom, her roommate's bathroom, wasn't hers, and puked everything up. Now, another side story too, which is why I say if I have to throw up, I throw up in the bathtub. Right?
The bathtub.
Bathtub.
Okay.
Because I was in front of that toilet with my head right in it, and I knew it was coming. I'm like, all right, let's go, get it all out.
Yeah.
Puked
Yeah.
for about a minute, looked, and not a speck was in the toilet. It went everywhere. There was spaghetti and suds of
So
beer.
you closed your eyes and just did an exercise.
I don't know what I did, Bob, but I did not hit the toilet. And that's why I throw up in the bathtub. Can't miss the bathtub. Miss the toilet. And she was so... Her roommate wasn't even there at the time. She was so fucking pissed at me. It took me an hour, drunkenly, like, to try and clean all this spaghetti and just, like, nasty Bacardio beer liquid that had mixed in with the spaghetti sauce. It was spaghetti. And I've never touched it since. I've smelled stuff that's been similar to it. You know what it smells like? There's an orange cleaning, like a Simple Green kind of cleaning product that kind of reminds me of that, and keep it away, because if I really smelled it and started thinking about it, I'd lose it. So I was basically poisoned to death.
So these 2 girls are at this party, and your plan is to get really fucked up really quickly.
No, I just was 19. I just started pounding stuff. I wasn't trying to hook up with anyone.
Yeah, you did.
I think he worked himself out of being able to pound anything.
Come here, babe. Look at me. How much I can. So yeah, that's the story. So I beg you, disregard any emails that say Bacardio.
Officially
I beg you.
disengaging from the podcast.
Yep. Peace out.
That's right. We're at just over 2 hours.
Around the same time.
Wrap it up?
Yeah, sure.
We wrapped it up with my puke story.
Yeah, well, we can't top that.
Well, we all know that just because we're wrapping up the podcast doesn't mean the after hours has to stop.
This chair is fucking killing me.
I'm sorry.
Can I, if I bring over a chair, can I leave it here?
Yeah.
I have a couple extra
Sure.
chairs. Nice ones.
Nick's place.
Sure.
I go, yeah,
It's
sure.
totally up to you.
Sure.
Made out of skulls and
Nick won't mind.
Whenever you want to stop by.
Big Game of Thrones.
Look at all of the shit that I brought
Bison-
over and I just leave
bison
her everywhere.
horns. And
He doesn't care.
Just don't ask to make shirts, that's for
He's
sure.
totally fine. Yeah, sorry about that.
I heard the shirt conversation went a little rough.
Completely cool with whatever you want to do with shirts.
I don't remember. If it
Good.
went, if
Good.
it went rough, I
Moving
was
on.
probably. pretty
And that's
drunk.
the Schnozzcast for this week. Thank you for tuning in. Stay safe out there. Social distancing. Don't touch anybody. Don't touch your face. Just lock yourself in the closet. And we'll see you next weekend.
Wash your hands. Have a good one. Happy St. Pat's.
Cory,
All right, everyone. Happy St. Patty's Day. See you on the next one.
Danielle,
Bye-bye.
Joe.
If anybody emails us about Bacardio, I'll fucking kill you.
Well, there you go. And that's
Yeah.
schnozzcast@gmail.com.
Nothing more to say.
All right, everyone. Good night. Or good morning.